Sell a home faster and for more money doing this. What am I talking about? It's called seller finance, also known as owner finance. My team here in Utah has proven this winning system for selling a home over and over again in any market. But it's especially lucrative in today's market for several reasons, which I'm about to share. Simply put, if you want to sell your home faster and for top dollar, this will likely be the most important video that you watch. At the end of this video, I'll share some critical tips and warnings for selling a home on owner finance. This is one video that you're going to want to watch all the way to the end. Here are 10 incredible advantages to selling your home on seller finance. Number 1, it's safer than renting out your property. Renting a house comes with some real risk. For instance, if the tenant stops paying, it can take several months to get them out. And when they're finally forced to leave, homes are often left in poor condition, sometimes needing major repairs. It could easily cost thousands and thousands of dollars and take several weeks to make all the renovations. The cost of repairs, along with several months of lost rental income, can be a massive financial burden. With owner finance, evictions are extremely rare. I'll explain more in just a moment. There are loads of incredible reasons why seller finance is better than renting out your property. You'll see why as I go down this list. Number 2, no management. They're buying the house, so there's no reason for you to keep an eye on the property and make sure they aren't abusing it. That means there's no reason to hire a property manager either. And when set up correctly, you don't even need to collect the monthly payment. I'll explain why at the end of this video. Number 3, no maintenance. When things break, the buyer is responsible for repairing or replacing them. Once again, they're buying the home. So they should have the pride of home ownership, which means they should also want to keep the home in good condition. As an unexpected bonus, buyers often upgrade the home. This can be small improvements like plumbing or electrical fixtures, or large expensive upgrades like a fence or a finished basement. Obviously, this adds value to the home, which is a good thing in case you need to take the home back. I'll talk more about this in just a moment. Number 4, less picky buyers. Those looking to purchase a home on seller finance are often less critical when it comes to the condition of your property. Often, sellers are able to close on the home without having to repair or replace anything. When you sell your home traditionally, the buyer will usually have the home inspected. After seeing the inspection report, buyers often send a list of items that need to be repaired or replaced, or they might ask for a price reduction. Quite often on owner finance transactions, the buyers forego this inspection, which saves you time, money, and a lot of stress. Number 5, no appraisal. On homes sold traditionally, banks order appraisals to confirm the buyer isn't overpaying for the property. If the appraisal comes in lower than the agreed upon sales price, most buyers will expect a price reduction. This can add up to thousands and even tens of thousands of dollars in lost revenue for the seller. Thankfully, when it comes to seller finance transactions, buyers rarely order an appraisal. This is just one way we can maximize the seller's profits on the sale of their home. Now, just real quick, if you're finding this helpful, please give me a thumbs up. For real estate tips and trends, please subscribe and ring the bell. This allows me to keep making videos to help awesome people just like you. Thanks. Number 6, it's easy to kick people out for non-payment. As I mentioned earlier, it's rare that sellers need to evict a buyer on seller finance transactions. Why? Because just like a bank, you should be collecting a large down payment. I'll expound on this further in just a moment. Now, it isn't always easy to remove buyers for non-payment, but if the contract is written correctly, it can be done quickly and efficiently. Here in Utah, we've developed a system to not only encourage buyers to leave quickly, but to also leave the property in great condition. Are you ready for the best part? Should this happen, you get to keep the buyer's deposits as well as all the monthly payments. Then, guess what? You can sell the house again, often for more than the previous sale, and collect another large down payment. In most situations, sellers are in a better financial situation if this happens. This is a stark contrast when compared to the challenging task of kicking renters out. Number 7, super low closing costs. This is an advantage for both parties, but especially for the seller. Your total closing cost should only be a few $100s. This is particularly nice when buyers try to negotiate seller-paid closing costs. Buyers often expect closing costs to be $10,000 or more, like they would be on a traditional loan. By agreeing to pay their closing fees of just a few $1,000s, you're far more likely to get the terms that make the house much more profitable in the long run. I often offer to pay all the closing costs with a full price offer. This can result in an easier negotiation and a faster sale. Okay, so these next 3 items will knock your freaking socks off. Number 8, a large down payment. The large down payment helps to ensure the buyer won't just walk away if they become overwhelmed with the payment. But it also protects you, the seller, if they do walk away. Once again, you get to keep their full deposit, which should hold you over until you can find a new buyer. Second, the large down payment can help you purchase your next house, or it can be used to invest in your next property, among other things. So what do I mean when I say large down payment? Well, we typically require a minimum 10% down, but offer a little bit better rate for those who are willing to put even more money down. I've sold homes on seller finance where I was able to recoup my entire initial investment. So in these situations, I have $0 into the property that now provides a monthly income. Number 9, a higher sales price. Due to lack of competition, we usually price our seller finance homes above market value. By how much, you ask? Well, we're usually able to net 10% above market value and sometimes more than that. How? Well, we can charge a higher price because we're offering a better interest rate. This usually keeps the buyer's monthly costs lower than if they'd used a bank. Second, due to lack of education for sellers, there are not a lot of homes being listed on seller finance, but there's a lot of demand for these type of properties. And finally, number 10, passive income. Like a rental property, you'll receive a monthly payment, but as previously mentioned, there's no need to manage the property, no maintenance, and best of all, you won't have the hassle of collecting the payment month after month. We set up each property with a billing company who collects the payment each month. Once the money is received, they'll make your mortgage payment and then send the remaining funds your way. If the payment is late, the billing company will collect the late fee as well. Seller finance is so hands-off that you can move far from the property with no worries. And the monthly and total returns on seller finance properties are often larger than what you receive using the home as a rental property. When we sell the home on owner finance, it's common for our clients to make tens of thousands of dollars more than if they'd sold the home traditionally. You're probably wondering why most agents don't suggest this as an option. Truth is, selling a home traditionally is fairly simple, while seller financing can be challenging. Understandably, most agents don't want to complicate things for themselves or for their clients, and most don't want to put in the time or the effort to learn how to do it. Now, I often hear that seller finance takes advantage of buyers. That is not true. Owner finance creates a win-win situation for both buyer and seller. You now know the incredible benefits for you, the seller. But for buyers, especially in today's market, they can get a lower mortgage rate than what the bank is offering. And many who purchase a house on seller finance can't qualify to buy a house traditionally. So you're giving them the precious gift of home ownership. This also usually equates to lower house payment than if they did use a bank. Now, as promised, here are some critical tips and warnings for selling a home on owner finance. I'll start with the most important thing. Number 1, always hire a realtor who specializes in seller financing. An experienced agent will maximize your profits and shield you from potential risks. These type of contracts are confusing, so you want an agent who understands the different aspects of owner finance. If you're not sure seller finance is for you, reach out to a specialist in your area. They can give you an in-depth explanation of the process and run numbers to give you a realistic expectation of the profitability for your house. If you're in Utah, I would love to answer your questions. Please feel free to contact me. I have a team of agents who work with seller finance clients on a daily basis. Number 2, when selling a home on owner finance, don't accept a down payment of less than 10%. The more you can collect from the buyer, the less likely they are to walk away from the property if times get tough. Number 3, if a payment is missed, or really more than 10 days late, reach out to the buyer to see what's going on. Usually, they just forgot to make the payment. But if they can't pay, immediately start the legal process to have them removed. And contact your agent for guidance. Number 4, be ready to move out fast. Sometimes homes listed on owner finance sell quick. And quite often, the buyers are anxious to move in. Number 5, prepare to be amazed. When we show potential clients the numbers, they often say, it sounds too good to be true. I assure you, it's not. The additional money that you can earn from selling a house on seller financing can be mind-blowing. Now, here's a warning. Do not attempt to do this on your own, and do not use a real estate agent who does not do these types of transactions on a regular basis. Inexperienced agents often make silly mistakes, putting their clients at risk. My team here in Utah has successfully closed hundreds of these transactions over the last dozen or so years. We have a proven system that makes things incredibly easy for you, the seller. Not to mention, we can quickly find the next property and negotiate the best pricing and terms, making the transition from your old home to the new home easy. If you're considering owner finance to purchase your next house, watch The Best Way to Buy a Home is Seller Finance. Look for the links to my recommended videos below. If you're looking to buy, sell, build a home, or invest in Utah real estate, I get contacted all the time. Please feel free to call or text me with your questions. I'd love to meet you, and I'm honored to serve you. For everyone else, please feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you have a friend or a family member looking to sell their home, you can easily text this video to them. And please, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and ring the bell to be notified each time I post new videos. Also, you can find me on Instagram at Ty the Real Estate Guy. If you found this information helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to ring that little bell below. It'll make you feel good.